Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Duke and Dutch Show. We have a little more of a serious topic today surrounding surrogacy. Not so much surrogacy exactly, but more so the fact that there's been brought to our attention that this gay couple, has decided to adopt a child. Now, this kind of took X by storm for various reasons. Obviously, some people were saying this is inappropriate, yada yada yada, gay men, surrogacy. And then obviously there's the people who are calling them bigots, and obviously they're homophobic and yada yada yada. And these are just two loving individuals who want the chance to raise a child and their families, and have their own family and yada yada yada. Because obviously, they're not going to have one the traditional way. Fine,
Yeah.
whatever. So those are the two sides to it, and obviously this whole surrogacy argument, which I think a lot of people actually do have an issue with, because I don't know. For me, I think the whole concept of surrogacy is a little weird. I mean, I do understand the reasoning for it, but I would also say that there is there's a lot of children probably in foster care, a lot of people who are, a lot of kids who are orphaned, they probably need parents. And I would probably say before that you go the route of surrogacy, you should probably consider adoption, because there's a lot of children who are already here who really do need good homes. But whatever side you were on, this would be kind of unimportant, essentially. Unfortunately, it's been revealed, to kind of everybody's horror, I guess. One, this happened in Pennsylvania, so shame on you, Pennsylvania, because we live in Pennsylvania, like I said. So bad, Pennsylvania. Do better, Pennsylvania. But there has been Brandon Keith Riley Mitchell, who I believe is the person on the right over here. One of the fathers granted adoptive rights to a baby has been exposed as a registered offender of, you know what I mean, MAPS, or using surrogacy and adoption as a mean to gain access to little innocent and defenseless babies, and it must be criminalized. So
This is a statement by Lauren Witzke. Is she just a random? Is that just like a random person, or is she an influencer? Maybe.
I have no idea. She's a concerned citizen, obviously, and I think a lot of people should
Yeah.
be concerned citizens in this regard.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
obviously, there are some issues here, and listen, and a lot of people are saying, "Well, how did this happen exactly?" So you can see this person right
Yeah. You
here.
would you would think something, no matter what company handles the surrogacy, or
Well,
they would do some vetting for sure.
well, that's the
It's
problem with
definitely quite alarming.
listen, and people. I looked into this a little bit, and people are saying, "Well, how could this possibly happen in the state of Pennsylvania?" And that's what I would like to know too. Now, it is true, because this individual here, which has not been confirmed, but I would believe that it is this individual because they look basically identical.
All reports lead us to
Yeah,
believe that we have tried to
Brennan
verify.
Keith Riley Mitchell here. He's obviously, his offense is the abuse of a child,
So
and this happened back in October 6, 2016. So people are saying,
yeah.
how was this guy allowed to adopt? Well, he didn't adopt because he went through the adoption process in Pennsylvania. They're pretty much saying they
With
would have kicked him out
different
immediately
guidelines.
because he is
Yeah.
not allowed to have a child. The problem with this is because of the surrogacy laws, or the lack
Mm.
thereof, I should say, he was able to skirt around this rule.
So he basically got through a loophole. Yeah.
And basically,
That's interesting. Yeah.
what happened here too, and these people are only famous, or they're only known because they ran a campaign, they ran a GoFundMe, a Give Send Go, or something like that. There's some TikTok couple, they really wanted a child, really, and people donated to them. Which, honestly, on its head, by itself, even if this person was not on the Megan's Law registry, I would still say that's wrong. You should not be crowdfunding a child. I think that's ridiculous. I
Yeah.
know surrogacy is expensive. I know adoption is expensive. And I do empathize with people for that. But children are expensive. I don't think you should be able to crowdfund having a child. I think that's also ridiculous, even if this wasn't
It's
the
a crazy
situation.
statement that I can't believe, like, that is reality. That, yeah, a couple actually
But,
crowdfunded surrogacy. That's
but,
surrogacy expensive.
I'll say probably their followers. They're probably very accepting people. They probably have the best intentions. I'm sure they did
But
not
what's sad is
know about
this.
this. Yeah, but
Yeah, that they took advantage, or at least half of them took advantage of the loophole to create this situation, to make this situation, and it's
And what happened with this guy? He was
quite alarming that this is possible.
yeah. Well, we'll get into. I'll just read the story. I guess it's a little bit of a long story, but gay man who crowdfunded surrogacy journey with husband revealed as child offender.
Mm-hmm.
A widely circulated video showcasing a gay couple surrogacy journey has revealed that a baby boy is currently in the custody of a registered offender. The couple, Logan Riley and Brandon Mitchell, gained viral attention after posting a video introducing their newborn son. It has since emerged that Mitchell is a convicted PDF file. The video, which was initially shared by the couple on their own social media platforms, was meant to offer a heartwarming glimpse into the first year of their newborn's life. However, it quickly drew scrutiny after being reposted on July 27th by Irish right-wing activist and political figure Derek Bly on X. Quote, "Unless a miracle happens, this child has almost no chance at a normal life," Bly wrote in the caption. A post that has since garnered over 1 million views. At the time, the couple's identities were not publicly known, and Bly's post drew criticism and ridicule, particularly from advocates of same-sex adoption, who dismissed his concerns as homophobic. So, clearly, when Bly did make this, he was saying, basically, I don't think that two gay men, or maybe two gay women, or just people of the same sex, should be able to adopt children. And it aged very poorly, and people, there were people on his side, there people aren't on his side, people are criticizing him, yada, yada, yada. This was before any of this was known.
Mm-hmm.
Before it came out that one half of this couple is, registered with Megan's Law.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get into the response here. That is a quote. That is homophobic. If the child has two loving male parents, there's no evidence whatsoever that he or she will not prosper. Unquote. Another response to Bly's comment from user Lewis Scott 51918 racked up over 200,000 likes and read, "Makes me happy that baby is going to be raised not to hate people and will be loved," which unfortunately is a comment that really, it just aged like milk left out in the sun. But just 24 hours after the video went viral on social media, it has been confirmed that one of the men in the video is registered, I'll just say, on Megan's Law. How about that? For crimes against younger people. Brandon Keith Mitchell is a Tier 1 offender in the state of Pennsylvania and was arrested in 2016 after attempting to solicit a 16-year-old boy for things that you should not be soliciting a minor for, I'll just say. The victim in the case was a student at Downingtown West High School, where Mitchell had worked as a chemistry teacher. He was 30 years old at the time.
So he was a teacher, and he was
he was a teacher who was involved in some sort of way with one of his students. So obviously he was caught. He was expelled from the school. He's fired. He's not allowed to be around children, as far as I know. And like I said, the adoption process for this would have never went through because the system would have flagged this person as being like, "Listen, man, sorry, we can't give you a kid." But apparently the surrogacy, there's a loophole in the system, which is surrogacy.
Yeah, they don't have the same laws. They're not as strict. So
well, apparently, I don't know how many laws there are at all, but apparently they're a lot looser. Let's just say that. So
that's not good. It's not good that this is possible for sure.
According to record,
child safety is absolutely in danger.
Yeah, exactly. I would say so. I would, be very worried about this child.
And at one point, like you pointed out, I almost all but certain part of the punishment for that gentleman's actions is he's not supposed to be around children. So how does that work?
I guarantee. Well,
when you know what I mean? Like, wait a minute, how is that legal then?
Yeah,
how is he allowed to be around children?
I guarantee he's not. But like I said, there's a loophole in the system which they exploited, and they didn't go through the adoption process because they knew if they went through the adoption process, they'd be denied.
They'd be flagged.
According to records released by the Chester County District Attorney's Office and the Downingtown Police Department, Mitchell solicited the boy to send him inappropriate photographs. He was also told the victim he wanted to watch him do inappropriate things and sent the victim approximate 20 nude photographs of himself. Police executed a search warrant of the teacher's electronic devices and phone records, which revealed that he exchanged over 12,000 text messages with the victim. These conversations lasted from May 2013 until December 2014. Mitchell instructed the victim to delete their conversations. Police also recovered hundreds of other explicit videos of children on the Mitchell's laptop computer. Mitchell pleaded guilty to felony child PDF stuff, possession, and 1 court of corruption of minors, and was sentenced to up to 23 months of incarceration. But court records show that he was granted parole just 2 months following his conviction. Wow.
Only 2 months. He served only 2 months.
Well, he didn't even serve 2 months.
Oh, yeah.
No, maybe he was granted parole just 2 months out. Okay, he did serve 2 months. Part of his conditions.
But only 2 months, though. That's crazy.
Only 2 months, I guess, yeah. That's, part of his conditions included that he had no unsupervised contact with minors and that he surrendered his teaching license. He quickly
What the hell?
moved on to obtain a job as a chemist at Eurofin's Biopharma Product Testing in Lancaster, where he has worked for the past 9 years. In 2021, Mitchell married Logan Riley, a second-grade teacher. Oh, that's interesting. So he still is, in some sort of way, has access to children, at least through his partner. That's interesting. And moved to Seven Valleys, Pennsylvania. In 2023, the two launched a GoFundMe to raise money, which I'm sure, let's see if I can even go to this. Is it, oh, no, the GoFundMe is now gone. It is down. No surprise there. Delete the evidence, too. That makes sense. GoFundMe to raise money for a surrogate, which Mitchell advertised on his LinkedIn. Quote, my name is Logan. I'm a second grade teacher. I am from Annapolis, Maryland, and teach outside of Baltimore City. I enjoy the beach, swimming, and anything that involves water. I swam in both high school and college and lifeguarded during the summers. I enjoy being around friends and family and love teaching. The GoFundMe reads, my fiance's name is Brandon. He works in the pharmaceutical laboratory. He's from Lancaster, PA, and works outside of the city. He enjoys traveling as he used to live in England and South Africa. Very storied traveler. He also enjoys politics, history, and experiencing other cultures. He values family and friends, and he is excited to start our new family. Nowhere in the GoFundMe's description does Riley mention that his husband is a convicted PDF file, which no surprise there. I don't think people would donate to it then. In November of 2023, Riley updated the GoFundMe with the news that they had successfully found a surrogate. Quote, our surrogate went through extensive medical and social worker evaluations in order to be approved for surrogacy. Oh, so they had to do quite a bit.
Yeah.
They had to do quite a bit to be up to par
that's a crazy statement.
For you. Yeah.
Wow.
Which, listen, I'm sure that's part of the whole process. I'm sure most people who do the surrogate,
I mean, that should be done, but it should have been done on both parties.
Yeah,
like what the hell, man?
Yeah. But yeah, the way that we wanted to make sure that this woman who was going to carry this child was good enough for us. It's like, and sadly, there was nobody there to make sure that you guys were supposed to even get this child.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Once approved, the lengthy legal and financial process began. We are excited that our amazing surrogate will carry one of our embryos for us, helping to expand our family, Riley wrote in the update signing it future fathers Logan and Brandon. The couple raised just over $2,000 for family and friends, though had a goal of $500,000 or $50,000. Sorry.
Well, I want to find out what's happening with this. Like what? Because there's got to be some type of actual.
You would think so, because it's like, listen,
So he tried to reach out to the division, Pennsylvania State Police, responsible for maintaining Mitchell's registration, and was informed that the state does not automatically forbid individuals convicted of inappropriate crimes from having children, gaining custody, or exercising parental rights. Wow. I understand having children, you can't necessarily control people having children, but gaining custody, you can absolutely control that.
You could honestly control this. I mean, this is a complete control.
Yeah, this is 110%. This surrogacy should never have been approved or should never have gone. Whatever company they use clearly needs to start doing background checks because they just exploited a loophole big time. And what are you going to do now? The kid's already born. The kid's here. It's their DNA. Because I'm sure that one of their DNA at the very least is in that child.
I'm sure, yeah. Oh, I mean, wow.
No, I already know where you're going with it. Just nope.
Oh, what was I gonna say? I don't think he knew where I was going with that at all. Actually,
maybe not.
I don't think he actually knew.
As soon as I said, I'm like, oh, don't go too low. Don't go low.
I'm not going low. I
Okay,
don't think
okay,
it's going low when
okay.
you're trying to protect children, obviously. And listen,
No, no. So then, good.
obviously
We're
people,
not on the same page. Good.
yeah, I mean, obviously people. Well, I mean, you thought something bad of me. I don't even know what you're thinking. So, like, I don't like. I mean, normally I
Good.
do go a little low, but like, nah, nah, I'm just worried about the kid. And it's like, I
Yeah.
think
No.
somebody should
Absolutely.
look into this and really be like, listen,
Yeah.
obviously it doesn't like. We'll read on. While Pennsylvania's adoption law does prohibit offenders from adopting or fostering children, gestational surrogacy circumvents any such laws through pre-birth parentage orders, which is what I said before. It's like
Yeah.
you knew
It's a
this was
loophole.
there's a loophole in the system and you exploited this to get a kid. But I would think,
Messed up.
all right, now that the kid is here, I think the same application should apply. Should it not? Obviously, it's like you wouldn't have got this kid under any other way, and I don't understand why the surrogacy program should be different than the adoption process. I really don't.
Yeah. Why should the laws around surrogacy be
Yeah.
different than every other laws when the laws are there to protect
You
the
couldn't.
children?
I mean, they're saying right here, there's no way you would have been able to adopt the kid,
Yeah.
but surrogacy is fine. It's like, well, that doesn't really make any sense, you know?
The law plainly states that there was only one way
Mhm.
for you to do it, and that's the way you decided to do it. You exploited the loophole.
Let's see. Well, Pennsylvania adoption law does prohibit offenders from adopting or fostering children. Oh no, I read that. Pennsylvania is considered a surrogate-friendly state, and intended parents can obtain a pre-birth order typically after the surrogate has entered her second trimester, which declares the intended parents as the legal parents and places their name on the child's birth certificate, which is
And he was an offender before he agreed to the
oh
arrangement.
yeah,
So that's come
far
on.
before. And listen, like I said, I
Yeah.
don't know how I feel about surrogacy as a whole, personally. But I do understand the need for it. I do understand that not everyone naturally can conceive children, and maybe adoption isn't right for everybody. And this I don't know. I don't really understand this at all,
It's
actually.
definitely this should not fit under that umbrella. The
Oh,
laws
this,
for
this definitely
surrogacy
not. No,
should
no
at the
way, no
very
way.
least be the same as adoption. They need to do what's in the best interest of the child that is
Yeah.
involved in each scenario, and properly do background checks, properly do vets. Should this person be doing this action? Should this person be taking part in this procedure? No, I mean, these are all valid questions,
Hmm.
especially when you're talking about a child's safety.
So
That's
I'm just gonna read on. It is unclear if the
every ball to
surrogate
drop.
was made aware that Mitchell was a PDF offender prior to the agreeing to the arrangement. Probably not. I mean, I
I
don't.
I don't see why they would.
People
Yeah,
who were doing
especially if they're not legally required to.
yeah, well, doing the GoFundMe, I don't think anyone who donated. I don't think they were aware either. I'm sure they
Yeah,
weren't.
exactly.
Speaking to Redux, Helen Gibson of Surrogacy Concern expressed outrage at the news and called for an immediate investigation by local authorities. Quote: If it is correct that one of these men is a convicted offender, then this is deeply concerning. I 100% agree. Local authorities must investigate immediately, including exploring removal of the child as an urgent consideration. Yeah. She said, going on to note that this was not the first case involving a offender obtaining a child through surrogacy. Well, then there's
This
got
isn't
to
the first time, so that they didn't even know
yeah.
about this
Well,
loophole. What the hell, man? Fix it. Stop it.
yeah. There's something
Stop
something
it from
something
happening.
has to
Come
be done
on.
about this because this is
Yeah.
listen. I
Especially I was kind of hoping like, is this the first time this has ever happened? It's like they confirmed it's not. It's like, well,
no.
what the hell, man? What is it gonna take for you to fix this loophole? Like, that's crazy that we're even talking about this as a viable option for people.
No. Quote, unfortunately, this is not the first case of an offender procuring a child from a surrogate mother that we have come across. We fear this is the tip of the iceberg. And yeah, I'll unquote that right there. This is a great concern. How much more of this has happened that people don't even
Yeah.
know about? Because that's concerning. It really is. And I
Yeah.
wish I could find the X post. I don't have it, but somebody's like, oh, well, you think it's the same thing? Well, he's got a newborn son. So they always adopt boys, by the way. I don't know. Is that just a coincidence? Or
I don't
it's always a boy. It's always a boy. I'm just saying. Quote, vetting of commissionary parents and surrogacy is virtually non-existent. Well, that's non-existent. That's extremely concerning. If you have to vet the person who's going to carry the eggs and they have to go through all this
But
health.
not the people who's paying for the surrogacy.
Yeah, you should be vetting everybody, of course. I mean,
Yeah. Everyone should be involved. Everyone involved should be vetted.
and it's not comparable with
So
checks.
alarming.
And yeah, obviously, it's not comparable with checks we see in adoption. Surrogacy Concern was launched in the UK as a nonpartisan effort to expose the harms of surrogacy and egg harvesting, and the group has expressed consistent opposition to the liberalization of surrogacy laws around the world. Surrogacy is not a child-centered act, Gibson says. Removing a child from their birth mother and primary
Which is true.
safeguarding is cruel.
I
are
wouldn't.
unethical, and as we see in cases such as this, potentially enabling abuse. There is no safe or ethical form of surrogacy which could be delivered by better regulation. We need a global ban on surrogacy for all, and we need it now.
Mm,
Children must come
I
first. Well, that's this
I mean,
person's. That is.
yeah. I was gonna say I definitely think better regulation would definitely be a step in the right direction,
Well,
at the very least.
I
But
listen.
yeah.
I don't know how I feel about surrogacy. I'm a little more. I think I'm a little more conservative than you, but
Mm.
I don't know if I would outlaw it entirely. But I mean, I 100% agree.
Definitely put regulations on
There
it.
has to be better vetting
Oh my
processes
god.
because something
So
like
alarming to know that this wasn't the first time that
something
this
like this
happened
shouldn't
all the
it
time.
shouldn't be allowed to stand. It's like,
Yeah,
this is a clear failure of whatever system is in place, and from what
yeah,
this woman is saying, there really is no system in place.
yeah.
So listen, I hope somebody
Yeah.
does look into this. I mean, just and maybe listen, maybe all this information is wrong. It's possible, I guess, right? It could all be wrong, but somebody should at least look into it, and just somebody should
Yeah.
be vetting
Talk about
anybody.
talk about a situation that really needs to be investigated. They do
Yeah.
investigations on a lot less serious
Oh yeah, they do.
situations.
Yeah.
So this definitely warrants some
Yeah,
type of looking into
this should
by some
definitely,
authority.
somebody should at
Yeah,
least check in on this kid.
regularly.
And honestly, no,
Oh
well, not
man.
even regularly. Just
Well, to see if it's an appropriate situation, it should be continued allowed.
if everything that is being said in this article is
It's fact.
true and it is factual, then that kid
Yeah.
should be removed from that situation because I think this
That's
child.
endangering the child's safety for sure.
I'll say they have the potential to be in harm, but it's a much.
It's endangering the child's welfare, and that's what
It's a.
that's the verbiage that they like to use all the
Mhm.
time.
Yeah, it's a
It's
much.
endangering a child's welfare.
You already have, half of this couple is already, So I'll leave this guy out of it. I don't know his story or anything like that.
But either
So,
way,
but yeah,
it's
yeah,
yeah,
this is not good. It's not good. So I hope somebody does look into this, and I
yeah,
hope.
absolutely.
Listen, I hope this actually does raise a very good discussion, especially in Pennsylvania because we live in Pennsylvania.
Especially
So
changing regulations around surrogacy for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. But we're gonna leave it there, folks. Let us know what you think. I don't know. I don't think there's too many vastly different opinions. Or I could be wrong. Maybe I'm
Hey,
completely off base. But
either way, we want to hear it. But
yeah,
yeah,
leave a like on the video, comment down
no matter
below,
what,
share it out, all that
no
stuff.
matter what, it's
But,
about the child's safety.
yeah,
But anyway, like,
yeah.
share, and subscribe. Let us
Hmm.
know.
All right, and we will catch you on the next one.
See you later.